So far, we have used double underscore method within the class. We may frequently require to add a user defined method in a class. Next, we'll try to understand how we add them inside the class. So here we will be doing two things. First method will update A and B as per a user requirement. And second method will print the values of the data member. This way, we'll understand how we add a user defined method to a class. So we proceed like this. We start with the keyword def. We add a user defined method set A. This will update the value of data member A. So we provide an argument A inside the parenthesis, and then we provide an implementation. To access the data member A of a class, we need to use self.a. This should be equals to whatever argument that user add to an argument A of our method. So this is a method that could be used to update a value of an A as per an user requirement. Likewise, we add another method set B. This will update the value of B. The implementation of the method will be like this: self.b will be equals to b. So these are the two methods that could be used to update the values of a data member as per an user requirement. We need to add two more methods which will be used to analyze the values of A and B on a console. This won't be taking any argument since this will be returning value of a data member A. So we proceed like this. Whenever user call this method, we'll execute the print statement that will be used to send the value of an A on a console. And to access the value of an A, we just need to use self.a. Likewise, this will also return the value of an A, which could be accessed by an user. So here we are doing two things: printing the value of an A and then also returning the value of an A. If you want, you could simply return the value of A and remove print from here. That will also give an access to a value of an A to an user, which could finally be used in a print statement. Likewise, we'll add one more method to get the access of a value of data member B, right? So return cell dot b. This is how we get an access to value of b. So these are four methods which we have added to our class. Now we'll try to access them one after another. So we first create an instance of a T1. Let it just go ahead and initialize both of the data members to 0 and 0. So we already have added double underscore init method. So when we specified 0 and 0 to, and while creating an instance of a T1, this will automatically update both of the data members to 0. Let us try to print the values of both A and B after creating an instance. So we call a print method. Then let us first print the value of an A. So A colon, to get an access of an A for an instance T1, we need to use T1.a. Then we'll print the value of B. To get an access of the value B for an instance T1, we need to call T1.b. With this modification, if you try to execute the code, you could actually see A and B both have a value of 0. Now we'll use an user defined method that we have declared inside the class. First, we'll try to update the value of an A with setA method. So to access the method, again, we need to follow same convention that we used for the data members of a class. T1 dot set underscore A. This is the method, and we need to provide the value that we want to add to an A. Let us add the value of 100. We will be using get A to print the new value of an A. So let it just go ahead and print A. And to access the value of an A, we could use T1 dot get A, where we do not need to provide any argument. So this will automatically return value that we have for data memory in the class. With this modification, let us go ahead and try to execute the code. After execution of this method, A will be updated to a value of 100, and when we call a get, we get the same value. Likewise, if we try to update the value of B, we'll get the same result. Let us add set B instead of a set A. And the value that we're going to add is, let us assume 67. And then if we try to call a get B, we'll be able to get an access to the value of data member B. So this is how we add an user defined method to a class. To get an access to the data member of a class, we need to use self dot the data member name. So we have so far covered how we create the class, how we add the data members to a class, how to use the double underscore method and an user defined method to the class.